So all the algebra you did here was not wrong, and this is an equation that if you write x squared plus 7x plus 6 equals 0, you can write this x minus 6, x, sorry, that would be x plus 6, x plus 1 equals 0, and the solutions are x is minus 6 and minus 1. However, you did a lot of extra work here that you didn't need to. So the square root property is if I isolate everything, right? So if I end up moving, adding 50 to both sides, and then dividing both sides by 2, I end up with 2x plus 7 squared equals 25. Here, if I do the square root of both sides, I end up with 2x plus 7 equals plus or minus 5. So I have 2x equals minus 7 plus or minus 5, and then divide through by 2. I end up with x equals minus 7 plus or minus 5 over 2. And if I get, I would have minus 12 over 2, which is minus minus 12 over 2, which is 6. Minus 12 over 2, which is minus 6, and then I would have minus 7 plus 5, which is minus 2 over 2, which is minus 1. So you see here we get the same solution is the quadratic formula. And if I was, or by factoring, and if I use the quadratic formula, I get x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. You end up with, what do we get? 7 squared, which is 49, minus 24. So you end up with minus 7 plus or minus the square root of 25 over 2. So algebraically, the exact same thing as we got here. So you did a lot of computation here to get this in quadratic form, and you could have then factored it. You could have then used a quadratic formula. You could have bypassed all that algebra and simply solved for it using the square root property.